Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Rama, and in today's video, I am going to be showcasing 3 different ways to completely eliminate the amount of time it takes to travel in Grand Theft Auto Online. Traveling is one of the most time-consuming tasks in the game. Let's say, for example, that you are located in the city and you have just started a job for, I don't know, your nightclub or your agency. And now the game wants you to go all the way over towards Paleto Bay to do that job and then make your way all the way back. That takes a lot of time, and it actually eats like minutes of time. If you're doing a bail office mission where it involves you going over to a location to pick up somebody then drive them back with the bail vehicle, it can take over 10 minutes of your time to do that mission, which is honestly wild. And in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing 3 ways to completely eliminate the amount of time it takes you to go from point A to point B. Now, the first one we're going to start off with is the simplest of the bunch. Anybody can do this in about half a second, whether you have a lot of properties or you don't. Scrolling into your interaction menu and pressing the Preferences tab, you will see your spawn location. Currently, mine is sent to the Casino Penthouse, which is where I was just in. But if I scroll through, I can go to something like the arcade. And this is pretty far away from me right now. We can see my arcade is located all the way in Grapeseed. That's a couple minutes of driving, especially for my truck. But if I set my spawn location to the arcade, and I go to an invite-only lobby, it's going to take around 15 seconds to fast travel me to my arcade, as we can see. And once I've spawned inside of my arcade, I can restock by businesses. This is one of the most major tools for restocking really any property. Your bunker, your nightclub, your arcade, and any other business that you have. First of all, wall safes that you need to collect money from. This is one of the easiest ways to travel to those properties to quickly collect that income. But it is also just a very easy way to source income for your properties, because the arcade obviously has the master terminal in the garage. And inside this master control terminal, I can restock all of my businesses. I can restock my nightclub. I can restock any of the properties I own, which is entirely useful. So being able to fast travel very quickly to a property like the arcade or your bunker or any of the other businesses that you want to really quickly use, this is the fastest way to do so. Especially for something like the Cayo Perico heist, traveling over to your Kosatka really quickly is another very efficient way to do these things. So that is the first thing that I will say. Fast traveling with your property spawn location is very easy. Now, you can also buy properties, like I own one all the way off in Paleto Bay, because if I want to ever travel really quickly to Paleto Bay, the fastest way to do that is just set my spawn location to that apartment. And then if I want to go all the way to the other side of the map, I can do the exact same thing. It's very easy to do. The only problem is that it cancels any job that you have going on. So if you have started a setup for a heist or something, you can't fast travel to a different property by loading into a new lobby, because it's obviously going to cancel whatever you're doing, which is a little disappointing. But obviously, there are ways to work around that, which we're going to break into. The next quickest way of fast traveling involves your Kosatka. This is another method that any single player on any single platform can do. Setting my spawn location to the Kosatka, going to online, finding a new session, and invite only, it's obviously going to set me right into my Kosatka. And the great thing about your Kosatka is you are able to fast travel for just $2,000 anywhere on the map in around 30 seconds. And because your Kosatka has a Sea Sparrow, or not a Sea Sparrow, but just the base Sparrow inside of it, you can also fly immediately out of your Kosatka wherever you need to go. So as you can see, hopping on the captain's seat of our vessel, we are going to press X, and it is going to allow me to fast travel. So right now I'm located at Vespucci Beach. But let's say I want to go over to... Actually, I'm actually over at Sanchiansky. So never mind. Let's say I want to go over to Vespucci Beach, right? It's going to cost me $2,000, because once you've completed the Cayo Perico heist, they have... Or actually, I think it's 10,000 base, so they literally make it 80% cheaper. So we are going to fast travel from where we are over to Vespucci. And it's just going to go through a little cutscene, then the sub's going to pop out of the water, and after that, we are now at our new location. So that took, what, 15, 20 seconds as well. This method of fast traveling will allow you to continue doing whatever job you have. So if you're doing a heist setup for the Cayo Perico heist, this is very useful because it will allow you to continue doing the Cayo Perico heist while you are doing the fast travel. So really, really nice. And then you can obviously get in your Sea Sparrow and go wherever you need to go. The final method for fast traveling is the most useful of the bunch, and that is job warping. Rockstar patched job warping, but then it also has been unpatched by people that know new methods. So let's say I want to make my way to this spot right here. Well, very easily, if I press Start Job, I'm on this screen, right? For PC, you need to press Alt F4 the moment I press Enter. So I'm going to press Enter and then Alt F4. And doing this is not working, so I guess we'll have to try it again. All right, so if it doesn't work, it's very easy to fix. Just leave the job. It's going to spawn me probably outside of my Kosatka. Maybe you just can't do it inside of a vehicle. So here we are, outside my Kosatka. We're going to try it again. So we're going to hover over the job, start job. We're going to press Enter and then Alt F4. There you go. You just got to do it really quickly. So now on the quit screen, I'm going to turn up my game volume so you can possibly hear this. But essentially, I can hear the background noise. And I also am going to set a stopwatch of about 30 seconds. Even if you can't hear the background noise, which you should be able to, if you set a stopwatch for about 30 seconds, once 30 seconds is up, it should work out perfectly. But in about 5 seconds, you're going to notice the noise completely cut out, right? And when the noise cuts out, right there, it's going to come back. Once the noise comes back, you will have fast traveled to that destination. So as you can see, we are now right at the parachute. And what is incredibly useful about this method is it also spawns whatever personal vehicle you have next to you. So that completely eliminates the 5-minute cooldown for using something like the Oppressor Mark II, which you can imagine is super, super useful. So this is actually really nice, and it makes life incredibly easy. But yes, just another way to completely cheat fast traveling. Now you might be asking me, okay, well what if I try doing a job, right? Let's say, for example, I make my way over back to my Kosatka, and I start up the Cayo Perico heist, right? Or I start up a setup for the Cayo Perico heist. Normally when doing a setup for any heist, you are not going to be able to fast travel because it hides all the job lips. This is a way Rockstar has tried to make it so you can't fast travel. So you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Let's make our way upstairs to the top of my Kosatka. Here we go, around the corner, and we're at the main page. So when we hop onto this page, we are going to do a gather intel mission, right? So we can do gather intel, accept. So the game wants me to go all the way over to LSIA. Now, as I said, we have the one option of using our sub to fast travel somewhere over to the ocean here, or we can just job warp. So we go over to the job page. Oh, wait a sec. There's no map blips anymore. There's no jobs available on the map at all. Uh-oh. Well, there's actually a way to fix that. If we go to online and we find a new session again, you have to do this before starting up your job. But for some reason, accessing the quick job page will bug your game into allowing you to see jobs. So as you saw, there were no jobs whatsoever available on my map. But if we go onto our phone, we press quick join, we go to random, alone, and then we press yes. And then we go back to quick join and back off the page. For some reason, doing that will allow your game to now see jobs. I don't know how somebody figured that out, but they did. And now if we go back over to the gather intel and we press accept, take a look at our map. All the jobs are available. So if we want to make it over to LSIA, I'm going to hover over this job right here. We press start job, and then we also press Alt F4 at the exact same time. Same exact steps as before. I'm going to turn my volume up to max, and we're going to set a stopwatch for about 30 seconds. So here we go. As I said, once the 30 seconds is up, you're almost guaranteed that it's going to work, but you can also hear my background noise. Once it cuts out, and then it cuts back in, it will have fast traveled me. So while Rockstar have kind of patched fast traveling, not really. It's still very easy to do. You can also fast travel still on console the same way you could have in the past. There's plenty of videos out there if you want to know how to do that. I play on PC, so obviously I'm showing how to fast travel on PC. So the noise cut out. We're at exactly like 26 seconds. Noise is back, and now we leave the page. And look at that. We are now at LSIA, and right there is our destination. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to just blast everybody's eardrums out. Point being, this is by far the most efficient ways of traveling in the game. The job warping completely kind of just cheats the game, but you can't get banned for doing it, and I would highly recommend to do it. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more content like this, as always, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. Also, if you're wondering how to get the jobs to show up, all you need to do is scroll into the map blip options tab in your interaction menu and turn them on. I don't exactly know where it is. I think it's in preferences, yeah, and then it's at the bottom of preferences, press series modes, and this is where you'll see them all. So if I hide them, for example, they will no longer be, well, I'll have to load a new lobby, but they won't be visible on the map. But that is how you can fast travel. It's really easy to do. It completely cheats the game, and I would highly recommend to do it. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!